This is a story of two souls becoming one, a story of passion and romance, the story of a football kicker and a law student, the story of Stephen and Katy. Stephen Brooke Furr was born in Lakeland, Florida on July 8, 1982 to Ann and Michael Furr. His father lobbied for other names, including Frazier Furr, but was turned down, so Stephen it was. He was birthed the youngest of 3 children. His sister hypothesizes this may have sparked his competitive nature since he was born already in last place. Steve was a happy baby who was very attached to his mother. His sisters were hoping for a little sis, but decided they could play dress up with Stephen just the same. His sister Allie remembers his very skinny legs, round little stomach, big blue eyes, and long eyelashes. Perfect for a pretty little girl. As Stephen Weaven got older, he was quite an energetic boy, always wanting to wrestle and run amok. He was so quick, the only one who could keep up with him was his dog BJ. Stephen could easily outrun his mother when she would chase him with a wooden spoon, which was quite often. This time in his life was also the first indication that little Weavy was quite stubborn. His sister Mitch, yes, it's a girl's name, his sister Mitch remembers a story that illustrates his stubbornness. One day his grandfather Papa told Stephen he must use the lavatory before leaving the house, and with that began a battle of wills. That day, like many before and after, Stephen's stubbornness was triumphant. His thought process can be summed up in one word: why? Why should he use the bathroom when he doesn't have to? Why should he change out of his school uniform before playing outside? No good reason, that's why. Even Stephen also had a bit of a temper, resulting in broken Nintendo controllers on a regular basis. His Ninja Turtles were often no match for Shredder. His brother-in-law recalls hearing Stephen cursing like a sailor while he was sound asleep, possibly about his mother reading notes out of his backpack, or her relentless barrage of questioning. What a potty mouth. As he grew older, Stephen was still a restless boy. His father would keep him occupied by giving him a dime for every nail he picked up during a house renovation. He's always been competitive, mostly with his family, relatives, friends, everyone else, and Jad Dean. He spent his time swimming, playing soccer, and using a hidden television remote to befuddle a helpless Uncle John who was simply trying to watch a sporting event. Then Steve did what any good soccer player does. He switched to football. And football was the fateful reason that brought him to Clemson and brought him to find Katy Gilbert. Kathleen Elizabeth Gilbert was born in Shawnee, Mission, Kansas on May 19, 1983. To Craig and Kathy Gilbert. She was the first of 2 children and announced herself to the world, "I am Katy, hear me roar." No matter where she moved throughout her life, be it Kansas, Texas, or Delaware, she has always made her presence known. Dinkle, as she was called, was quite a vocal baby. Her first precious words described her playful and destructive childhood dog. Those words, damn dog. Where'd she get that from, Craig and Kathy? Katy became an active child and was very much a tomboy. She made many friends while bicycling and swimming. However, Katy didn't always like to swim, and once expressed her displeasure by crying herself to sleep on her father's shoulder. "What's wrong, Dinkle? Don't like old men in Speedos?" However, her active nature was not without consequence. A jumpy Katy once sat on her dear grandfather's sunglasses. As she grew older, Katy grew into a type A personality, like many firstborns do. Her sister Jen vividly remembers a defiant Katy crossing the street against her father's wishes. And quite often, the star of Jen's birthday parties was Katy, who would end up being sent to her room. Look at that little troublemaker. Her mischievous ways were put to an end, though, when she scored a D on a math exam. Her father had a little sit-down with Cater Potato, and her rebellious ways were curbed, at least in school. She was now on a quest for knowledge. From then on, she would be known as the Ice Queen, the girl who had no time for boys when there was schoolwork to be done and sports to be had. She continued her tomboy nature, playing field hockey, lacrosse, softball, and swimming. She must have gotten used to the Speedos. As Katy grew older, she started looking for a university that could handle a budding young law student like herself. She got a tip from a family friend that Clemson, way down in South Carolina, was an oasis of pleasure. And that choice was the fateful decision that brought her to find Stephen Furr. Katy walked into her first day of orientation at Clemson University and stumbled upon our handsome hero. He was most likely wearing his standard issue uniform of a striped polo and blue jeans. After eating a brown bag lunch and going bowling together, Stephen was hooked. But the Ice Queen thought he was a bit too nice for her taste. She was looking for something more edgy, a bad boy. Someone like Vanilla Ice. Katy says she was still nice and funny around Stephen, though. Steve admits she was nice, but makes no mention at all of her being humorous. Alas, their relationship would all change once they arrived in autumn for school class. After a soccer game that Stevie Weavy participated in, he broke his whittle hand. Always the stubborn one, he would not go to the doctor until a concerned Katy insisted upon it. Using the situation to his advantage, a clever Stephen asked her out as a thank you. Katy, in her own gentle words, says she decided to blow him off. Harsh, Katy. However, come the next school year, Stephen's iron will, competitive nature, and stubbornness all paid off once again as Katy accepted his invitation to join him at the Texas Roadhouse. Stephen knew he had her hooked. Oh, come on now, Stephen, smile for us. You won the girl. That's better. Steve attributes his success to being a college football kicker with his choice of any of the Clemson co-eds. Others say it was the traditional fur mating dance that lured her in. No matter, either way, that date at the Anderson, Texas Roadhouse, my good friends, was the start of a remarkable 7-year courtship. They immediately became a very popular couple. It was difficult at times for them to get around with all the paparazzi following them. It was around this time they were given their celebrity name, Katy. Over the past one dog year, they have learned much about each other. She has learned that he is a wonderful cook, but his diet consists mainly of ice cream waffle tacos. He has learned that she is very impatient and always in a hurry, but will spend days on end watching Law and Order. They have shared many wonderful days together with countless memories. From their days in Tiger Town to tubing the Chattahoochee River. They have even tried to start a revolution with their dance. Go ahead, dance for us, Katy.
Can't stop the shining. Can't stop the shining.
Oh, they have so much fun together. They have many more memories ahead of them, for this is just the beginning. They now have a house together. Oh look, there's Steve now, turning their house into a home. Good job, Steve. Maybe one day they'll have little ones of their own running around that house. We can only hope that all the little ones of the world turn out as magnificently as Stephen and Katy. Congratulations, Katy. Cheers to you.